The actor who played the giant, Hodor, is actually a famous DJ in real life. Fact 2. Game of Thrones became so popular that they drank 44,000 bottles of wine during filming. Fact 3. A single episode in the later seasons could cost more than $15 million to make. Fact 4. A real wolf-like dog breed was used for the young wolves in the show, and they became so popular that adoptions of the breed spiked around the world. Fact 5. The clinking, icy sound the White Walkers make was created by twisting and crushing frozen blocks of ice in a studio. Fact 6. The show was filmed in so many places that its world was built from real locations in Iceland, Croatia, Spain, Morocco, and Northern Ireland. Fact 7. The dragons were animated by studying how real birds and bats actually move, so they'd feel like living animals. Fact 8. The actor who played the Mountain is a real-life strongman who once held the record for the world's strongest man. Fact 9. A single famous battle episode took 55 straight nights of filming in cold, muddy conditions. Fact 10. The show became so big that tourism to the countries where it filmed rose dramatically for years afterward. Fact 11. A real castle in Northern Ireland and an ancient road of trees became some of the most photographed filming spots in the world. Fact 12. The show won more Emmy Awards than almost any other drama series in television history. Fact 13. The actors playing the noble families were sent to a kind of camp to learn how to move, fight, and actually behave like medieval royalty. Fact 14. Some of the dragon's roars were made by mixing together the sounds of dolphins, tortoises, and other animals. Fact 15. The made-up languages in the show were fully invented by a real linguist. He created thousands of words and even grammar rules for Dothraki and Valyrian, so the actors were speaking a real working language. Fact 16. To stop the ending from leaking, the cast had to read the final scripts on a special app. Once they finished reading, the script would simply vanish. Fact 17. The famous Iron Throne looks like it's forged from 1,000 swords, but the real prop was actually built from only a small handful of them. Fact 18. Many of the warm, luxurious fur cloaks worn in the north were surprisingly cheap to make. The crew simply cut up ordinary IKEA rugs and aged them to look like real fur. Fact 19. The actor who played the Silent Night King never had a single line in the entire series. He told the whole story through movement and presence alone. Fact 20. Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow, once used the show to get out of a speeding ticket. He told the officer that his character was coming back to life, and it worked. Fact 21. The eerie horse heart that one character eats on screen wasn't real meat. It was made of solidified jam, though the actress said it still tasted awful. Fact 22. Queen Elizabeth II once visited the set and saw the Iron Throne in person, but she didn't sit on it because a British monarch isn't allowed to sit on a foreign throne. Fact 23. The show's creators secretly filmed a completely different first version of the pilot years earlier. It was reportedly so rough that they reshot almost all of it. Fact 24. In that scrapped first version, it wasn't even clear that two key characters were brother and sister. The creators admitted they'd somehow failed to make a huge plot point obvious. Fact 25. Two actors were chosen for their roles without ever having to audition. The creators simply knew they wanted Sean Bean and Peter Dinklage from the start. Fact 26. Kit Harington showed up to his audition with a black eye. He'd gotten into a scuffle defending his date the night before. Fact 27. The young actress who played Arya first auditioned for a simple reason. She just wanted to earn enough money to buy a new laptop. Fact 28. The actor who played the towering mountain is a real-life strongman from Iceland. He once set a world record by carrying a massive log that weighed over 1,000 pounds. Fact 29. The blood-soaked red wedding was inspired by real history. Centuries ago in Scotland, guests were invited to a feast and then killed, an event remembered as the Black Dinner. Fact 30. The dragonfire was created using a real flamethrower, mounted on a giant crane. It could shoot flames up to 50 feet and was programmed to follow the dragon's movements. Fact 31. The young actor playing Bran had never acted before in his life. He was just 10 years old when the show began. Fact 32. Two of the youngest stars who played sisters on screen became best friends in real life. They even got matching tattoos at the date they were first cast. Fact 33. The actor who played the cruel boy King Joffrey quietly retired from acting afterward. He simply decided it wasn't the life he wanted. Fact 34. Almost the entire cast wears wigs on the show. Some of the men even wore fake beard pieces to make their facial hair look fuller. Fact 35. The actress who played the Dragon Queen named all 4 of her wigs. They were called Dany, Diva, Candace, and Blondie. Fact 36. The actor who played Tyrion is a vegetarian in real life, so all the meat his character feasts on during the show was completely fake. Fact 37. To keep the final season secret, each actor's character was given a fake codename on the daily filming schedules. That way leaked papers wouldn't reveal who was in which scene. Fact 38. The creators once set up giant shipping containers to block the public's view of filming, but a traveling fair rolled into town and put up a Ferris wheel, ruining the whole plan. Fact 39. The author of the books gave the show's creators one secret early on. He told them a hidden twist about a beloved character years before audiences ever saw it. Fact 40. The show's world was built from real places around the globe. Iceland became the frozen north, while Croatia, Spain, and Morocco brought the warmer southern kingdoms to life. Fact 41. One enormous battle episode was filmed over 55 straight nights. The cast and crew spent weeks soaked, cold, and covered in mud to get it right. Fact 42. An ancient avenue of twisted trees in Northern Ireland became one of the show's most famous spots. Fans now travel from all over the world just to walk beneath it. Fact 43. The show was so massive that it boosted tourism for years. Whole regions saw visitors flooding in just to see where it was filmed. Fact 44. The series won more Emmy Awards than almost any other drama in history. It became one of the most decorated television shows ever made. Fact 45. Before filming, the actors playing nobles were sent to a kind of royalty camp. They learned how to ride, fight, and even how to walk and eat like medieval lords and ladies. Fact 46. The dragon's roars were built from a strange mix of animal sounds. The team blended noises from tortoises, dolphins, and other creatures to create something that felt alive. Fact 47. The show's haunting theme music was written in just a couple of days. It went on to become one of the most recognizable tunes on television. Fact 48. That same music grew so beloved that it was performed live in arenas around the world. Thousands of fans gathered just to hear the score played by a full orchestra. Fact 49. The costumes were designed to quietly tell a story. Tiny details in each outfit hinted at a character's loyalties, mood, and even their fate. Fact 50. Special care was taken with the clothes a character wore when they died. The designers treated those final costumes as meaningful, deliberate choices. Fact 51. The early knight armor caused a real problem on set. Its metal scales were so noisy that the sound team struggled to record clean dialogue. Fact 52. The dragons grew bigger with every season. By the end, the creators imagined the largest one being roughly the size of a commercial airplane. Fact 53. The fake snow used in the northern scenes was surprisingly eco-friendly. Much of it was made from recycled paper and other biodegradable materials. Fact 54. A famous actor learned to skin a real deer for a single scene. He insisted on doing it properly to make the moment feel authentic. Fact 55. The author named the warring families after real history. The Starks and Lannisters were loosely inspired by England's Yorks and Lancasters. Fact 56. One young actor had to wear painful blind contact lenses for a storyline. They were so thick that he genuinely couldn't see anything while wearing them. Fact 57. The show became a kind of family for its cast. Many of the actors have said there were no egos or divas, even among such a huge group. Fact 58. One actor was so financially strapped early on that he kept his retail job. Even after filming a full season, the pay wasn't yet life-changing. Fact 59. The first time the two young sisters met was during a chemistry test. At the end, they hugged, and each told the other they hoped she'd get the part. Fact 60. The actress who played the Dragon Queen would listen to rap music before her auditions. It helped her feel confident enough to walk in and own the room. Fact 61. After reading the emotional final script, that same actress needed to process it. She walked around the city for 3 hours before she felt ready. Fact 62. The actor who played Jon Snow filmed his very first scene walking along a castle wall. But his favorite moment to shoot came later, in the snowy landscapes of Iceland. Fact 63. When Jon Snow had to lie dead on a table for several scenes, the actor found it oddly relaxing. He admitted he actually fell asleep a few times. Fact 64. The man who voiced the gentle giant Hodor is a working DJ in real life. He sometimes performs music under the name Hodor as a nod to the role. Fact 65. The wolf-like animals in the show were played by a real dog breed. They became so beloved that adoptions of the breed spiked around the world. Fact 66. Sadly, many of those dogs were bought by fans who weren't ready for them. Animal shelters later urged people to adopt thoughtfully, not just because of a show. Fact 67. The eerie sound of the icy white walkers was made in a studio. The team twisted and crushed frozen blocks of ice to get that chilling, cracking noise. Fact 68. The show's creators always knew roughly how the story would end. They'd had the major final beats in mind for years before filming them. Fact 69. None of the cast managed to correctly guess the ending. Even the actors were kept in suspense until the very last scripts. Fact 70. One actor decided not to read the final script early. He chose to discover the ending live, alongside everyone else, at the cast's big table read. Fact 71. So many talented performers passed through the show that connections to other huge franchises appeared. More than a dozen actors had also appeared in the Harry Potter films. Fact 72. The single most expensive episodes cost around $15 million each. That's about the budget of a small feature film, spent on just 1 hour of television. Fact 73. To film one young character's death, the boy actor had to run a long distance again and again. He spent over 2 days sprinting across a huge field for the scene. Fact 74. The towering ice wall in the story was inspired by a real one. It echoes a wall built across northern England by the Romans almost 2,000 years ago. Fact 75. The author has said each book takes him years to finish. The story has grown so vast and tangled that writing it is a slow, careful process. Fact 76. The opening title sequence quietly changes every single episode. It rearranges itself to show only the places that episode will visit. Fact 77. Huge battle scenes required entire teams just for the animals. During one famous fight, around 160 people were on hand purely to care for the horses. Fact 78. The weapons made of magical black glass in the story were mostly rubber. The fragile-looking blades were rubber props, so no one got hurt swinging them. Fact 79. The author's love of fantasy began with pet turtles as a child. He imagined them as lords fighting over a tiny castle, a turtle throne of their own. Fact 80. The show was watched in well over 100 countries. It became one of the most widely viewed television series ever made. Fact 81. The actress playing the queen nicknamed her short wig the turnip. It became a small, running joke on set. Fact 82. One actor used to keep accidentally ripping his costume trousers. It happened often enough in the early days to become a quiet, on-set legend. Fact 83. A walk through the city was how one actor first heard he was cast. He'd just come home from grocery shopping when he got the life-changing call. Fact 84. The two youngest stars stayed so close that one became a bridesmaid for the other. Their friendship long outlasted the show itself. Fact 85. People shout the character's name, not the actor's, when they see Peter Dinklage. Far more fans call out Tyrion than his real name. Fact 86. The actor who played the gruff hound said the cast was wonderfully drama-free. In his words, there were no egos and no divas among them. Fact 87. The blood used on the Dragon Queen in one early scene was incredibly sticky. The actress joked she got stuck to a toilet seat during a break. Fact 88. One actress fully embodied her armored warrior role. After months of filming, she said it actually changed the way she walked in real life. Fact 89. The show often dressed its characters in colors that hinted at their journey. Watching closely, you can see outfits slowly darken or shift as characters change. Fact 90. The creators chose to end the show after 8 seasons. The network would happily have made more, but they felt the story was meant to end there. Fact 91. The young actor playing Bran once took a full year off the show. When he returned, he said he was terrified he'd forgotten how to act. Fact 92. A real castle in Northern Ireland served as one of the show's iconic homes. It remains a hugely popular spot for visiting fans today. Fact 93. Many of the show's props were lovingly handmade. Whole workshops were dedicated to crafting candles, banners, swords, and crowns by hand. Fact 94. The noble family banners in big crowd scenes were packed with detail. Devoted fans can spot tiny house symbols that most viewers never notice. Fact 95. 2 of the actresses who played enemies on screen were close friends off it. They often struggled to keep straight faces during their tense scenes together. Fact 96. One emotional reunion between 2 sisters was a favorite to film. The actresses found it both joyful and oddly difficult after acting apart for so long. Fact 97. The show helped launch many unknown actors into global fame. For several of the youngest stars, it was their very first major role. Fact 98. Filming the final 6 episodes took about 9 months. That's longer than they'd once spent making 10 episodes in earlier seasons. Fact 99. Long after it ended, the show still draws new viewers every year. Its world has become a kind of modern legend that people keep returning to. Fact 100. And after all the battles, dragons, and crowns,
what people remember most is how it made them feel. A story this vast, shared by millions, became something the whole world drifted through together. The perfect thing to fall asleep to tonight.